Good morning, students. Welcome back for the social studies class. How are you all? I hope everybody is fine, right? As you know, today is 22nd of June, and today we are going to look at the next lesson plan of Block 6. So, this is the teaching video of social studies, Block 6, lesson plan 4, right? So, let's move uh, resources. Please, before you sit for the study, keep ready your resources such as your Exceed content book, your workbook volume 1, your notebook, your pencil and eraser, right? Recap. So let us recap what we have learned in the previous chapter, right? So look at these 4 points. So village is a place, okay, so where the mud roads or bricks roads are found, and in such places, in such roads, so what kind of transportations are mostly available? So we can see the bullock cars mostly runs in the villages, right? And in forest area, where the roads are very kacha roads and mud roads, so in those places where if it is a dense forest, so we cannot take a vehicle inside the forest. So the animal can be used for such places, and the only strong animal is the elephant. So mostly people use elephant to roam in the jungle, right? And the thirdly, desert. In desert is a place so where the sands are found, and in sand roads are there. So for such place we cannot take any vehicle, so we use camel as a transportation, right? Hills. In hills also there's a kacha road and pakka road and improper roads. Hmm? And somewhere it's very narrow, so in such places it is very slopey also, so we use animals such as pony to ride on the hills, right? So these are the things that we learned in the previous lesson plan. Now let's see today's lesson plan. These are the keywords. There are two keywords in this lesson plan: journey and transport. Journey means the act of traveling from one place to another, usually on land. And transport means take or carry from one place to another using vehicles. Right. This is our aim for today's lesson plan. So at the end of this lesson plan, so you will be able to make a journey, you will be able to make a plan for a journey to make independent choices on the different modes of transport needed to travel across different terrains. Terrains means different areas. Block 6 lesson plan 4 topic is choose the transport. Activity time, right? So what you have to do, I would like to suggest you kindly make a group yourself. After making a group, uh, so please look at these things: hill, forest, desert and village. These are your cheat topic that you have to discuss. After making a group, make a group along with your family members, and after making a group you have to read the places given in the cheats. Here means on the slides: hill, forest, desert, village. And read this and plan a journey to this place. So you have to plan a journey, okay? You are, suppose you are going to hill station, you are going to a forest, you are going to roam a journey on the desert, or you are going to visit any village, right? So you are planning a journey to these places. Now you have to discuss, choose the place. Okay, so all the 4 places you have to do, and discuss the way to reach the given place. Now you have to discuss how we are going to reach these places, right? And which transport is best suited to travel to that place. Understand? So what transport is better to um, travel to these places. Okay, so your time starts now. You can do it. I hope everybody have done it. Now let me ask you, where do you plan to travel and how? Right, everybody have planned to travel on all these places. Let me tell you, you must have a plan to travel with different vehicles to different location. For example, for um, traveling to desert, you need camel, because in desert you cannot take a jeep, car, or train, anything else. Okay, there is no proper road. There is no road in desert, so you have to move with the camels, and camel is fit for the desert area, right? So they can stay for a long without water. They can stay for a longer time. And for now, traveling through waterways, you have to go via boat or ship. If you have a plan to go across the oceans or in other country, so you have to take ship. If you have planned to travel to another village, which is across the river, then you have to take boat, right? And if you have planned to move for a long journey, means another country, then you have to take aeroplane, because aeroplane will help you to reach faster, right? And it will save your time. So these are the modes that these are the transportation that help you to visit these places. Understand? Let's see. Next slide. Next question is, why do we use different transport for different places? Or what do we need to keep in mind while choosing a particular transport? Okay, so let's discuss choosing transport on the basis of, right? So what are the basically things that we choose the transport? Let me tell you. So there are few things that we need to keep in our mind. That first things, where we need to go. Okay, so first thing is, we have to decide that where we want to go, whether it's a hilly area, or we are going to a forest, or we are going to visit a village or a city. So while choosing a particular transport, right? So we need to keep in mind the time. We need to keep in mind the time in which we have to reach a place, as some transport like the bicycle are slow, right? So you have to decide which transport you are going to use. If you are going to you have to select a time. So you have to decide how much time you have and how much time you will take to reach. If you want to reach 1 hour, then 10 kilometer or 20 kilometer, so you can take a bicycle, or right, you can take a bicycle. And if you want to move faster, you want to save the time, so then you can take bicycle or any higher vehicle, right? Now, so if we need to reach a place in less time, so we can choose an aeroplane, right? Provided it is a big city which has airports. The aeroplanes are especially available in the big cities where the airports are there, and to travel across sea, river, or oceans. So we need to use a ship, boat, or other transport that travels in water. Okay, I hope you have to understand. So, and another thing, so expenses. So it is depend upon our budget also, right? How much budget we have. If we have a less budget, then we have to go through higher vehicle. Okay, cheaper vehicles will take. Right. I hope you have understood. Availability, right? So as I told you, so for catching airports, you have to move to another cities. So then you have to decide. You will go by airport, aeroplane, or you will travel by train, which is feasible to you. So maybe the going by airport it will be costly for you because your expense is very less, and it is not also available in your area. You have to move to the other cities. So these all things that you need to keep in your mind. So before you decide the your transport, right? Understand? So the need for using different kinds of vehicles depends upon place, distance, time, expense, and availability, right? So place means you have to decide what kind of place you want to visit and how long it is the distance, how short is the distance, how long will be the travel, right? And you have to decide you want to move fast or you want to move slow. So and you have to see your budget also. You have to look at your pocket, how much money you have, right? And you have to see, so within that money, so what are the transports are available to reach that place. So that in that way only you can decide, right? So all these things you have to keep it in your mind before you start your travel, right? Look at these places, village and forest, and as I've already shown you, so this city and desert. In desert the travels are you can travel through camel. In city you can travel through bus, auto, motorbike, right? Any hired vehicle, or you can travel with your own vehicle if you have car. Now hills area, so hills area and people travel in a narrow road. They ride on hills with a pony, or by walk they go. Now, bonus question. We have reached to the bonus question. Let me ask you. Metro trains are found mostly in, okay, dot dot dot. So in dot you have to fill, and for finding the particular right word you have to go to the Schoolia link. There, when you will open the link, there will be four options were given. Choose one correct option from there. Right. Next slide. Next question. Why can't we use a metro train to travel in a village or an elephant to travel in the city? Elephant or pony to travel in the city. Right. Why can't we use metro train? Okay. Let me ask you. So in village, mostly we don't have tracks built to run metro trains, right? So in village there are no tracks, there are no metro tracks, or there is no railway line to build for the metro trains, right? So we cannot use them to travel there. So we cannot use metro trains to travel in the village. Understand? And we can't use animal in a city as transport, right? So we cannot use an elephant pony in a city as they are as these cities are very crowded, and these animals help travel to places like hills and forest where it is difficult for any other vehicle to run, right? So these animals mainly use like pony and these things, they are used in the hilly area, and elephants are used in the forest because there in those area there are not any other vehicles available, right? So I hope you have understood. Let me repeat for you. In village mostly we don't have tracks built to run metro trains, so we cannot use them to travel there. So we cannot use an elephant or pony in a city as they are very crowded, and these animals help travel to places like hills and forest where it is difficult for any other vehicle to run. I hope you got the point. Now this lesson plan is almost over. So there's a work for you. You have to read this topic again, choose the transport of block 6, and you have to complete your worksheet as 4. And in your notebook, you have to do practice questions 7 and 8, right? So this is your worksheet volume 1, block 6 S4. You have to do it on your own. right? I hope you have understood. Let's move to the next slide. Oh, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Right. Let me say something. This is time to say thank you. Okay. So this lesson plan is over here. Thank you very much. God bless you. We will meet in the next video. Okay. And take care. One more important thing. Please keep it in your mind. On Wednesday, there is a block assessment or block test for block 6. So be prepared.